Over the course of 2 weeks, I embarked on an ambitious project to enhance my medieval city by constructing a different house each day. My capital city already had some impressive structures, including a Tuff castle, magnificent cathedral, an expansive jousting tournament arena where the townsfolk gathered to cheer on their champions. However, despite these grand structures, the city is notably lacking in residences and shops. You know, those vital buildings where the citizens actually live and work. I set a plan in motion to build a variety of houses throughout the 2 weeks. Each day's construction will reflect a different architectural block and design style. And as I work through the 14 days, I look forward to seeing how each new house transforms the city. By the end of this endeavor, I hope to have significantly enriched the living conditions in my medieval city, making it more vibrant and welcoming for all of its inhabitants. I kicked off the project with a couple of tall houses situated in the back. Halloween Day was halfway between my build projects. I took a little break from building to collect a few of the rare, pumpkin-headed mobs that only show up in the game on Halloween Day. I started this world after Halloween last year, so I haven't had a chance to get these kind of mobs yet, and it was actually kind of fun. There were a couple of tricky moments, but all in all, a very successful time. After collecting a few different types, I blocked them all off in dirt boxes. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them yet, but I figure I should get a few of them while I had a chance. Maybe some of them could live in an abandoned underground world. We'll see. They are a project for the future.
I'm so excited to walk through the city and show you how far along the capital has come with all the houses along the path ready to go. It just feels so much different. One of my goals when I was putting together houses was to make sure that things were on different levels, not all just flat on one ground level, but with steps like the ones I'm walking up. I also wanted to make sure that the houses were really close to the path, that things down this main street could really be tight and cozy. As you can see, the houses here at the beginning of my week are all finished on the inside, and I really like the way that the decorations came along. I was starting to tell a story with how things went. In this purple house, for example, I didn't mean to disturb you, excuse me. The decorations are all pretty straightforward because I was just kind of completing, a basic interior. Further down the line, the houses started to tell stories and the interiors took a little bit longer to put together, and then they became too much work and I stopped doing interiors all the way. This is a good example right here. This is Marley's clay pot shop, and he lives across the street, and I wanted someplace for him to sell his stuff, but the inside of the house, well, it'll make a lot more sense when I show you. Originally, I was going to put his shop down here on the bottom floor and have him live upstairs, but I was getting a little carried away with where all the pots were going to go, and I realized he'd need someplace to display them. See, the second floor here has everything he would use to make the pots, a whole big workshop, and then the bedroom off to the back, completely overflowing with pots, of course. I think Marley has so much stock. Pots have a lot of decoration when you're selling them. It makes sense that there would be a lot of designs. But the special ones with the really cool pot shirts, they're all in the shop outside. The guy at the barrel nearby lives in the little diagonal house next to it because clearly Marley needs help with all of the work he has to do, both making and working the shop. Back here are the last two houses I put together. This was house 13 and 14, so there's absolutely nothing on the interior. I haven't decided who lives here or what kind of shop might be here. That's all decisions for the future as the whole town evolves. As I started building, I did all the houses down the right side of this main street, and then I did the ones back down the left. So this one here was house number 12, kind of coming down the left side of the street. As we work our way down, you'll see things from both weeks. This is my favorite spot. I really wanted a couple of the houses to be extremely close together right off the path. Almost uncomfortably tight. The inside of this one is going to be a bed and breakfast, and we will do that one in a future episode, so it's not complete yet. But across the street from that is a little bookshop. You can see with all the planters and the eaves over the top how very close these two buildings are. Again, a little uncomfortably close. Tucked inside is a nice little bookshop with a very basic bedroom upstairs for the librarians to sleep.
Coming up here on the left is a house, a shop, probably a shop, and you can see the sign even says to be determined because I don't know what's going to go in here yet. I haven't decided which shops I want in the main street or other places, but some of them, like this little shop, is already determined. I think an import shop would be small and extremely high class and definitely close to the castle. So I put it down there with some rare barreled wines and very interesting blocks. My favorite shop on the street is the Royal Bakery. I love the way that the inside of this came out, and we have Emery and Anderson, Royal Bakers, who are twins. These guys, of course, really do try to compete to sell their stuff when there are big events and things that go on at the castle just up the staircase. So they're definitely a place where they seek out higher-end clientele, let's say. Made sense for it to be across the street from the import shop. Anderson and Emery live in this cute little house that's just across the street from the bakery, and I really like the way that the outside of this one came out. It's probably one of my favorite exteriors that I put together, but the inside is nice and basic, where the two twins sleep and eat and ponder what kind of confectionery goods they're going to create for the king. They have a house and a shop, so I guess their story is mostly complete, although I haven't built a place for them to buy flour yet. We'll work on that in the future. This little shop here is the honey shop, and I think Emery and Anderson probably frequent it a lot. It was a very small building, so I wanted to put something that was kind of specific, and again, a very small product that could go inside and really fill up the honey shop space. Last up on Main Street is an empty shop. I still don't know what I'm going to do in that last little space yet. I didn't want to fill every story out, but we definitely made progress in some of the storytelling. I want every single building in my town to be an actual place where a villager lives or works. Not only that, but I'd really like to have a resource chain where the things come from, the field where we grow the wheat, where it's harvested, made into flour and hay bales and sold to shops and different places in town. Just a story, a complete story. Next time, maybe we'll figure out where Marley gets all the clay, because, it has to come from somewhere. If you've made it this far in the video, I'd appreciate if you would like and subscribe and all those good YouTube things. And I thank you all for joining me as I continue building in this capital city. With that, I wish you all the best. Minecraft Day.